And now our next category is the beginning writer category. And the winner in this category is from the Hemet Public Library program. She was born in California and has been working in the Hemet program for 2 years. She strives toward writing and working with children in her future. Her name is Laurie Heber. Congratulations, Laurie, in the beginning winner category. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now Laurie wrote to Laura Ingalls Wilder. How many of you like Laura Ingalls Wilder? It's just one of my favorites. Author of On the Banks of Plum Creek and many more. And now we will hear Laurie's entire letter.
Thank you. Dear Laura Ingalls Wilder, my papa is very ill. Your book on the banks of the Plum Creek has made me realize how important family really is. Your book has touched my life. I cherished every second with my papa. Before my papa became ill, we spent a lot of time together. His illness is hard to deal with. I struggle with watching his health decline. My family is precious to me like your family is precious to you. On Memorial Day, we went on a family picnic. We sat at a picnic table enjoying each other's company. Papa was enjoying his family even though he wasn't feeling well. When your family goes on trips, everybody goes together. When your pa played the fiddle for his family and you all gathered around to hear him, I was touched. I wish we were living in those times again, where families spent so much time together and just loved each other. I've had much loss in my life. My real mother died of breast cancer. My father died of a stroke. I lost both grandparents and my godfather. After losing my parents, I adopted 2 kind, loving people as my new family, who I cherish dearly. Papa is very ill, and I can't bear the thought of losing another cherished family member. I have overcome my own set of disabilities. I was born with a problem with my hips. I've had surgery and was put in a body cast. After that, it took me a long time to learn to walk. I had to do exercises to build up my legs. I couldn't straighten out my legs when I walked, so I was made fun of from grade school all the way through high school. I cried a lot. I am working on overcoming my disabilities. I am going to succeed in life. Your strength and determination has made me realize that I can do it too. I liked how you and your sister Mary went to school together and sat together. I can relate with your struggle with hard words. It made me happy and sad to read about how much you have learned when you were growing up, because when I went to school, my elementary teachers did not teach me what I needed to know. I attended special ed classes, and I was labeled as mentally retarded. I don't believe I am mentally retarded. If I was mentally retarded, I wouldn't be able to read and write. Now I go to adult literacy school to learn to read and write. I am learning what I never learned in school there. My tutors are there to help me succeed. They don't call us failures, they call us achievers. Sincerely yours, Laurie Heber.
And now I'd like to invite Walter Woodley from Stanislaus County Library. And Walter, congratulations. Congratulations, Walter. Walter is a runner-up, and he wrote to Daniel G. Amen, author of Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. And he's going to read an excerpt from his letter.
I started reading Change Your Brain, Change Your Life, a book by Daniel G. Ames, MD. At first, I thought it was just another book, but I quickly found out that it wasn't just another book. I'll explain why. I know without the ability to read, I would have to make my way through life with hard work. I did that. I went from a part-time city employee to a full-time city crew leader, responsible for the upkeep of a minor league ballpark. I also became a foster parent and raised 9 children. And with the help of my wife, which she did a lot. Finally, in 2006, I found the right reading program with the right tutor. And I have successfully rewired my brain to read. I am still reading your book. That's Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. I recently visited your clinic in Fairfield, California, and spoke to Dr. G. Goldman. I now have a better understanding about how my brain works. I have a better relationship with my kids and my wife and other people that I meet. I can use the tools that I've learned from reading this book and apply them to my everyday life. That was the insert that I have read you from, that I wrote to Dr. Goldman, and the rest of the story you could read in a book at another time, I think.
Congratulations, Walter, and it's nice that you gave your wife some credit for those 9 children too, for her part. But, and you know, if you don't mind, would you mind coming back up for a second? I just had a question because I don't know how many of you have read the book, but it's a very deep book. You talked about how it's changed your relationships, but could you give us an example of one particular thing that has made a difference in terms of what you learned there and how it's changed your family relationships? Because I don't have stock in the book, but I just thought it might be nice for people to know. And come over to the mic so we can.
For example, I think when I first went to my literacy program, my tutor, she had a similar problem, and she suggested that I read this book. And so when I read the book, I realized that by me losing my memory, that it was possible to rewire parts of your brain. And with that knowledge, we decided that we would go to Fairfield and talk to Dr. Goldman. That was one of his clinics. So we went over there, and he explained it a lot of different ways that you could do that in detail. And we started applying some of that stuff to my tutoring classes, and it worked. And it kind of opened my eyes up to other possibilities on how to learn how to control your behavior, how to not let certain things upset you, because I used to get upset when I had to figure out how I was going to write a report for my job, because after all, I was not only the head groundskeeper, I was the operations and maintenance crew leader also. So I had a lot of responsibility, and I had to figure out how to do all that. And so through the Readings Work program and the Adult Leadership Institute, combined, all that helped me.
That's great.